Everything you've heard about getting your ex back is wrong. So allow me a few moments to tell you the truth. Everything that you've seen from breakup gurus on this platform and other platforms, everything that you'll see is about what is on my ex's mind. What are they doing? Will they forget about me? Are they thinking of me? Are they dating someone else? And these are valid questions that actually go through your mind. So when you have those feelings, when your breakup happens or your divorce happens, or your ex wants to separate from you, the first thing that you do is you go on the internet. I mean, this is a great resource to find the answers to the thing that's plaguing you. This is your best friend is no longer wanting to be with you. Every video is telling you go no contact if you want to get your ex back. They'll tell you what you should do if your ex is dating someone else. They'll tell you what to do when your ex reaches out. And the theme of it all is if you want your ex back, go no contact. No contact, no contact, no contact. I'm not saying this to demonize or to talk shit about other coaches on here because they're my competition or what have you. But I just want you to get the understanding of that advice is incomplete. And you might say, well, Tarquez, you're being hypocritical. You've done videos on this topic before. Yes, I absolutely have. And I'll tell you why. When Coach Opus and I got into this field, our information was similar to the information that you've seen on here. What is my ex doing? Will they forget about me? All that is good advice, like I said, but it's limited. And the way that I realized that it was limited was because we would give that type of advice, which, like I said, is valid. Other coaches that you see on this platform, they're giving you valid advice. But we would coach people in our one-on-one sessions. A month later, they would reach out to us and say, can you help me again? My ex did this and they left again. And we kept having that same pattern, not because our advice wasn't good. No, it was good up until a certain point. No contact is a sprint. You want to run the marathon. You want your ex to come back and not just have the breakup be a part of your past, but you want them to be a part of your future. So I realized this and I was frustrated. By the time we really figured it out, Opus passed away. With any loss that you have, it comes with a moment of clarity. Well, not just a moment, a lot of moments of clarity. And I went to the wake, and his family, his friends, he was passionate about Black Book Basics, just as much as I was. And everyone that I spoke to, they said, hey man, carry the torch. Carry the torch. Don't let this lie here. Don't let this stop. You guys are doing something great. Continue to do it. Continue that work. There's thousands of people out there who need your help. And I said, hey, what would Opus do? What would he want me to do? If I passed away, what would I want him to do? I wouldn't want him to stop doing this kind of work. I would want him to carry that torch and really have this grow into something amazing. And through that pain, I found that clarity, I found that strength, and I really took some time away from this and say, how can I become a better advisor? How can I become a better coach? And I'm always about personal development. I'm always about growth. I'm all about shifting your mindset. So I practice the things that I preach. So when Opus left, it really left a hole in my life, a huge gap, a void in my life. Like I said, I didn't lose just a business partner. I lost a brother and a friend. We were friends before all of this. And, when you lose someone, you hear me talk about losing my dad, during the breakup, but, when you lose a friend, it's different. It's different when you lose a friend. And when you start something like this, it takes on more of a bigger obligation. So at that point, I took myself back to school. I didn't, go to school. I'm talking about, I said, if I want to take this to where we intended on taking it, I had to really upgrade my level of thinking. I had to upgrade myself as a coach, better myself as a coach. So I took a lot of time off and I did a lot of critical thinking, a lot of soul searching. And when I decided to, come back on YouTube and then also on other platforms, I wanted to come with a new approach, the approach that we were intending on making. We were making a shift. I dedicated all my time and energy into becoming better. Because if you look at me as someone who can help you with your situation and take you where you want to be and get you the outcome that you want, I have to continue to be a student of this. I have to raise my level of thinking. I have to raise my game to take you where you need to be. And again, starting out, our knowledge was limited and only got your ex back. And that's not what you want. I no longer looked at this as something of, I don't want to just get your ex back. I want to get you back. That's what this is about. Every other coach on here that you're going to see, and like, again, this is no shade to them. This is, nothing against them. They're doing the best that they can with the information that they have. But I'd be doing you a disservice if I taught you how to get your ex back and then they left again. Understanding that there's so much more into this than just focusing on what your ex is doing, who they're with, how long it's been, should I wait 35 days and then reach out? All of these techniques are just surface level. So in order for me to become better to serve you, I had to upgrade my level of thinking. I had to become, much more in depth with my breadth of knowledge in this field. And through that, taking myself to school, becoming a student at this, putting in those 10,000 hours, really having this time to say, look, this is bigger than just getting your ex back. These are the conversations that Opus and I had. What good is it if your ex comes back, but you're still the same person? And that's why after Opus's passing, I created the Breakup Breakthrough Program. This program it has nothing to do with your ex at all. And these videos as well, these videos are not going to get you where you need to be. You can't piecemeal this shit together by watching a 15-minute video. That's not going to happen. All of the things that all of the great things that we achieve are not done through a video. They're not done through a blog. It's just not going to happen. I have to be totally honest with you. Though it's the work that you do outside of the videos. These videos can point you in the right direction, but it's not going to be enough. If you want to ride a bike or shoot a jump shot, you have to get out on the concrete. You got to go out on that field or on that court and get the reps in. All of the information that you see out here is all external. It's all cosmetic. It's about what happens in here. That's where the growth happens. That's what your ex wants to see. If you're obsessed about what they're doing, what they're thinking, if they are ever going to love you again, that's the wrong approach to this. You're hurt. And you want to know, if I put in this energy, in this effort and this investment, maybe even monetarily, if I get a coach, if I put in that effort and I don't get my ex back, then I'm going to feel cheated, or I'm going to be disappointed because my expectations were they can guarantee my, getting my ex back. And that's the wrong approach. That's a fearful approach. You're definitely not going to get your ex back if you're fearful. The people who I work with that have succeeded in getting their ex back, they have fear because they're hurt, they're heartbroken, but their desire to change and become a better person far outweighs that desire, or I should say far outweighs that fear that they have. They take massive action during this time. And I love working with those people because I took massive action after my heartbreak, after my breakup. Like I said, when my dad died, I said no more. I would not have this type of result again. And when Opus passed, I said, I'm going to work tirelessly to upgrade this platform, upgrade this business, and be a better person for you to be able to have all of that information and to know that it was limited and to stay there. I wouldn't feel good to know that there's another step or more steps that you need to take. And next year I'll be an even better version of myself. And that will make me a better coach. The content would be better. The program will be better. I'm constantly improving, which is what I want you to do. The spotlight should not be on my ex and what they're doing. It should be, what am I doing with this breakup? How am I using this breakup to my advantage and focusing on empowerment to become better, whether my ex comes back or not? How do I detach from the outcome of getting my ex back? How do I become at peace with them coming back or not coming back? How do I regain that magic? How do I regain that confidence that I once had? How do I radiate attraction, not just to my ex, but to anyone I come across? How can I use this breakup or this divorce as the best thing to ever happen to me? You don't see videos about that because most people just want a quick fix. Most people don't want to do that kind of work, but that's the kind of work that needs to be done to get your ex back and keep them. It's about making a transformation during this time. Adversity comes into your life for a reason. I've lost so many people over the years. I just, I speak about my dad, I speak about Opus. I've lost so many other people. It's crazy that I'm still able to be, pushing forward. But that was the whole thing about Opus and I when we would make content about, it's about pushing forward. Because if you're focused on what your ex is doing and you're not focused on what you're doing, you're stagnant. And in life, nothing is stagnant. It's either growing or it's dying. Are you about growing or are you about staying stuck? I'm not diminishing you wanting to know what your ex is doing because you want them back. But that's a poor mindset to have. The people who get their ex back, they have a mindset that is solely rooted in, I don't care if my ex doesn't want me anymore. It doesn't mean that I don't want them back. It doesn't mean that I don't love them. But I'm not going to stay where I'm not wanted. And I'm not going to pine over someone who is clearly shown that doesn't want to be with me anymore. So what do I need to do to really use this to my advantage? That's the mindset that you have to have. How do I use this time and not allow my pain and shame as well to have me become jaded and bitter and angry? How do I use this time to empower myself, to strengthen my will and my resolve? How do I use this time to have this test my mettle and overcome the issues that maybe even led to the breakup? My ex, there's a reason why they broke up with me. And usually it's something that we did. How do I use this time to focus on that and either eradicate those issues or minimize them so they're not detrimental to the next relationship? When you use this time as a time of empowerment, that's the thing that makes you irresistible to your ex. People are attracted to strength. People are attracted to power. People are attracted to someone who is ambitious and is moving forward. That spirit is magnetic. People gravitate towards that. Your ex doesn't want to see you downtrodden and broken down. They want to see you at your highest. I'm not minimizing your breakup at all. I'm not minimizing your heartache. I know you were probably, your family is probably split up over this. This is your best friend. I'm saying there's a time and a fucking place to be brokenhearted over this shit. And then there's also a time to get the fuck up, dust yourself off, and become your best fucking self. It's fucking time. I'm sorry for cursing. But if you really want to know what it takes to get your ex back, I go into that topic much deeper in this video up here. So go ahead and click that video and I'll see you on the flip side.